What's going on YouTube? It's KDZ bringing you guys another market watch. Again, guys, the reason why I do these videos is because I have a huge passion for trading card games, and I love talking about trading card games, and I love it for the community that feels the same way and has that same love and passion for trading card games as I do. And with that, let's get into it. Um, I wasn't able to bring you guys a market watch at all yesterday. Sue me my sin. We're going to work on that, going forward. Like I said, we like to do these things outside. And yesterday it was raining um, around the 5 o'clock hour. So we had no way of doing it outside. Our patio is not big enough. The roof doesn't cover enough to protect us from heavy rain. And that's what it was yesterday. So last night, however, though, it wasn't raining. And I didn't even bring y'all part two. So that was on me. Again, sue me my sin. But like I said, we're gonna work on it in the future. Where we left off last time was a hidden Arsenal 7 Night of the Stars, of course. But in between, what is it? The 19th now? Yes, the 19th and the 17th. Um, a huge elephant was dropped in the room, if you will. And we're going to have to diverge a little bit from our regularly scheduled programming. And check this out. Like I said, guys, this is a trading card game market watch channel. Like we trying to cover all the all of some good stuff. And this just over the week, well, not over the weekend, but over the past 36 hours, ended up being banned in Alchemy on MTG Arena. Now, Fable the Mirror Breaker is such an interesting card. It's a card I've never used. I've played MTG Arena extensively. In my entire time of playing MTG Arena, even in the red deck that I played, I did not use Fable the Mirror Breaker. Which is so weird considering how good it is. If you guys don't know, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. It says pre-release cards here, but it comes out of Kamigawa Dynasty. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. That's the name of the set that it comes out of. And it for 1 red, 2 colorless.
I don't leave in. Roman, are you on the thing?
All right, baby.
Roman's sleeping upstairs.
That's fine, baby. Yeah. For 1 red, 2 colorless, it reads, it's an enchantment. So an enchantment, when you drop it in Magic, you pay your mana, you pay your 1 red and your 2 colorless mana, and it acts as if a continuous spell in Magic. There's not, I mean, in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's not really like a card like that in Pokemon that this will resemble, because everything in Pokemon is like a permanent. And I don't believe there's anything like it in Digimon as well. I'm pretty sure all of Digimon cards outside of like instants, you know what I'm saying, are permanents. But you will play it on your first turn, and as it says, as this saga enters and after your draw step, add a lore counter. So when you play it, you create a 2/2 red goblin shaman creature token. with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. And then after you draw on your second turn, you may discard up to 2 cards. And if you do, draw that many cards. So it helps filter your deck and pick cards in the graveyard that you want in the graveyard. Like, say, for instance, you're playing a red deck, black deck, and you're playing something like Gix's Command, or is that what it is? Not Gix's Command. You're playing Cruelty of Gix, and you're using Atraxa, the Grand Diviner. You can pitch this on turn 4. You can pitch Atraxa from your hand with this effect and draw a card, and then 2 turns later bring it back with the Cruelty of Gix. Like, or if you're playing red and white, you can pitch Atraxa and you can use Invoke Justice and bring it back, like, while you're filtering your deck at the same time. Or if you're playing Portal to Phyrexia, you can ditch Portal to Phyrexia. Now, I'm not sure if you guys never played Magic. The cards that are being ditched that I'm saying, they are all busted, busted cards. And this just enables a lot of them. It was this card as well as Reckoner Bankbuster was banned in standard play like a month ago. And now to follow that up, Fable is getting banned again in Alchemy play. And that's like for Yu-Gi-Oh, that's Master Duel format for Magic. It's just its own online format. And like I said, considering the fact that I've never used it, it's kind of bittersweet to me because it's like I didn't follow the trend, but it's like I never got the chance to actually use it when I was ready to use it. And Magic does set rotation, so sets rotate in and out. And this was one of the first 4 sets. This was a part of one of the first 4 sets that are going to be rotated out this fall. So it couldn't even make it to this fall. Like, it couldn't even make it 3 more months. They was like, you know what? It's about to get rotated out. We're going to go ahead and axe it now. It's like impressive and terrible at the same time. But yeah, it did. I always got a kick out of playing people who use this card because it was like, since I wasn't using it, it was like going turbo, trying to beat it. But damn, it couldn't even make it to September, October. Come on, Fable. Whoever made this card, kudos to you, bro. I mean, you created a card out of history. Right out of history. You made it just balanced enough where people thought it was okay to be printed and just broken enough to be banned right before it even gets rotated out. But like I said, back to our originally scheduled programming, what we was going over was, deck building sets of yesteryear. Deck building sets that came with secret rares and super rares. And we had just finished off on Hidden Arsenal 7, looking at these secret rares. Like I said, for the most part, guys, out of like the top 5 secret rares in every Hidden Arsenal set, the other 15 secret rares are all worth less than $1. So if you wanted to have complete sets in a binder of the Hidden Arsenal cards, now is as good as time as ever to pull something like that off. I don't know how many people are into complete sets like that, but that's dope for deck building sets. And I feel like that whole value would be worth more than their individual value. Like if you were selling a complete set of all Hidden Arsenal, that would be worth more than singling out each piece of it and reselling it, in my opinion. But we're gonna have to go over here to Yu-Gi-Oh Card Guide to get the breakdown of the next set that was actually coming out. The next deck building set after Hidden Arsenal 7 was Number Hunters, and then it was Dragons of Legend. Let's go ahead and get this gorgeous clear wing synchro dragon off the screen. Um, and we're looking at Number Hunters, which I'm pretty sure is a very cheap set. And we're going to look at Dragons of Legend, which is an iconic set. Okay, it's saying there's stuff out of stock. I don't know what. I don't even have on any filters for that to be the case, but for some reason I don't. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Like normally when it says that, well, you can get packed fresh number hunter cards for $110. You got booster boxes starting at 110 with 99-cent shipping, so you can get packed fresh number hunter cards for 110. Okay, so gimmick puppet nightmare, super rare, coming out of number hunters. We're gonna do a deeper dive on this. This one card alone was more expensive than every card in all of the hidden arsenals alone. So a gimmick puppet nightmare. It does not have a reprint. Super rare, coming out of number hunters. Level 8 dark attribute machine, 1000 attack, 2000 defense. You can special summon this card by tributing one face of exceed monster you control. You can only special summon Gimmick Puppet Nightmare once per turn this way. Okay. But when you do, you can special summon one Gimmick Puppet Nightmare from your hand or graveyard. If this card is special summoned, you cannot special summon any monsters for the rest of this turn except Gimmick Puppet monsters. So you special summon this to your opponent's side of the field, and it acts as if it's their monster, saying if this card is special summoned, they cannot special summon any monsters for the rest of this turn. Okay, and the people are using this with branded expulsion going first to special summon this to their opponent's side of the field and lock them out of special summoning monsters. That's interesting. That's extremely unique. I wonder who came up with that. This card from Number Hunter, like I said, we just looked at it on Yu-Gi-Oh! Card. I want to say 2013. Yeah, from 2013, from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal era. Um, you got lightly played first edition starting at $12.40 with 99-cent shipping, so essentially $13.40, and then 13.50, $14, and it's a super rare for lightly played first eds. I mean, it's an extremely unique card that contributes to winning, but for $14 for a super rare, I don't know. I might look for a different. If I don't already have that card, I might look for a different win con. And you got Coach King Giant Trainer, uh, which has a market price of $14.51, as low as listing 13.89 with 36 listings. Um, and that low 13.89 was a heavily played first ed. Uh, Lightly played first eds are starting at 14.50 from Top Cut Chicago. First edition there meant 16.50. This is a pretty good card. It does have a reprint, but this is max rarity. But for decks that can play rank 8, and there's supposed to be like another rank 8 strategy coming out here soon. Um, for decks that can pump out rank 8s, this is really good. I mean, it gets you, it literally pluses 3 and burns your opponent. Of like decks that don't naturally pump out rank 8s that run this, it would be win more because you would have to go out of your way to do it. But if you naturally are just using rank 8s, this would naturally be a part of a combo where you're drawing 3 and burn. Like that's busted. I mean, I feel like there could be a strategy that's built around this alone because it's not on the ban list at all, and it says draw 1 card, and then if this you can conduct your battle phase, you activate, and you can use this effect, the Coach King Giant Trainer, up to thrice per turn. So you can use it 3 times. You can draw 3 cards. Depending on what you can draw, you have the potential to burn for 2,400 damage. And just with like the core pool that we have today, like uh, uh, detach and exceed materials can just lead into even more pluses. And it's just 3 level 8 monsters. So if like you're running something with dragons and you're using, I'm pretty sure it's Galactic Spiral Dragon, you can like special summon Galactic Spiral Dragon to the field, and then Galactic Spiral Dragon makes every monster you control um, level 8. So even monsters that are not level 8, you can use and turn it into this, and then discard them. And like I said, get graveyard effects. I'm surprised the deck hasn't been built around this yet. But that's what's contributing to its $14 market price. Of course, let's go ahead and go back into number hundreds. After that, the set gets really cheap. You got number 54 Lionheart, market price $5.60, 51 listings as low as $5. Number 49 Fortune Tune, market price $2.84, 60 listings as low as $2.01. And it's interesting because I came back in this set and I grabbed quite a few cards a while ago. I grabbed Fortune Tune when it was cheaper than this. It was like 70 cents or something. I grabbed Coach King Giant Trainer. I grabbed number 74. I grabbed number 44, number 57, Comic Hero King Arthur. I grabbed all of these, and then I sold those Fortune Tunes when they spiked to like $20 because of, I think it had to do with Zeus. I think it was because of Virtual World. It was because of Virtual World and Zeus. And Virtual World was going into this, and this was a single print at the time, and it was a secret rare. So number hundreds has had its time in the spotlight, and then they go ahead and reprint it in King's Court. We're definitely going down the rabbit hole now because I haven't looked at King's Court in a while. So I wanted to bring this up. King's Court booster boxes, market price 66, 57, 24 listings as low as 64.98. And yeah, people are getting staged right now because of all the quarter century secret rares and what Konami keeps doing. Um, it's kind of interesting that like Konami has started to go extra hard with like all these rarities in the same set. Like after Takahashi the Goat died, like like when he passed away, they were like open the floodgates. Like I feel like people, and then there's like been the complaining at the shareholders meeting. I feel like they're really about to open the floodgates. Probably start going to give out cash prizing. And I feel like they're probably going to try to bring the anime back. But like I said, Konami, they're a gaming company, but Yu-Gi-Oh is not high on their priority list. Like they're more focused on digital media. They're not as focused on physical media as they are on digital media. Even though um, uh, Yu-Gi-Oh is a physical media card game, but they've crossed it over to digital with Master Duel, and it seems like they're trying to put more effort into Master Duel more and more and more. Like so, when I first played it, the interface was not that smooth. MTG Arena put it to shame, but when I went back recently, it was just as smooth, if not smoother, than MTG Arena. So they've really been doing their due diligence over there, but because of all those extra rarities being stuffed in sets, people are getting stage fright on high rarity pass cards. Like, well, if they're just going to stuff extra rarities in the set after set after set, how are any of these extra rarity cards safe? Like, now this card is a card I still have not bought, and I think is absolutely stunning. I have not seen it in person, but when you talk about waifu tax, bro, this is a tax I'm willing to pay. I mean, looking like a juiced up Alice Synthesis 30. I mean, say no more. Sign me up. And right now, you got first edition mints at $30. I feel like this is partially fallout to that legendary collection again. 25th rarity and 25th rarity anniversary collection, legendary collection coming out in November. That thing printing 79 different cards in 7 different rarities, all in the same set with 4 extra rarities. Nothing is safe. What is that? What was that meme dude where he was like, hide your kids, hide your wives, hide them, bro, because nothing is safe. But yeah, for sure, this is I feel like the lowest it's ever been. I feel like it's prime time to pick up. Even though I'm in the camp of like holding off on picking up anything until November, because I really believe that not only is that going to be the best reprint set ever, it's going to be the best. The it's competing for the best set ever, point blank period, and it doesn't have a new card in it. It's all reprints, and it's considered for the best set ever. Come on now, bro. They went too far, bro. This is unprecedented. Like nothing else matters. That's how unprecedented this is. But we're gonna keep going through, um, these leading up to that, these old deck building sets and stuff with secret rares. One of the unfortunate things about Number Hunters and Dragons of Legend is that after hitting Arsenal, they decided to, for some ungodly reason, use the secret rare technology from the last season of 5Ds through the Zexal era for the deck building sets for just these two. After Dragons of Legend, it goes back to probably one of the most diabolical deck building sets to ever be created. Um, it goes back to that that secret rare technology that we all know and love that truly pops. But again, at one point, Naruto the Moral Leader was an extremely expensive card. I want to say this was back around like 2017 ish, and then they gave it quite a few reprints after that. I have quite a few of the reprints, and its market price $2.25. 104 listings as low as 98 cents. It's at as good as prices ever to pick it up for its secret rare rarity. You got a number 87, Queen of the Night. I picked these up. I just thought it was a well. I really like because she's like part of a theme of artworks like Camilla and them, those flower girls, those flower waifus that are like coming out of the center of those flowers. I don't know what the center of those flowers are called, but she's like a part of that. As you can see, she's coming out of the center of the flower, and I've always liked those cards design. Particularly, I'm in the camp of cards that have a setting because that tells so much more of a story than cards with just like that abstract background. Like it can be cool when it's a theme, like Trickstar, how they have that. They don't have a setting behind them. They have that abstract background, but it looks cool because it matches. Especially when they have a matching rarity and they have that abstract background. That does look cool, but I still would prefer those backgrounds with the settings, like the Exo Sisters they did with them. Those backgrounds with the settings, it just adds so much of a story. Like you're walking into a picture book, and your imagination is going on a ride. Well, let's go ahead and move on to Dragons of Legend, which still has value. You got, even though they use that atrocious secret rare technology, you got Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Um, well, let's look at this. The last time I looked at lightly played first edge for 32.62. What? How the mighty have fallen. This used to be $100 first edition card. How the mighty have fallen. What is the near mint? 54.99. Like nothing is safe. Hide your kids. Hide your first edition market price last September was at $104.60. This September is coming up on 54.99, bro. You can get a lightly played for 32.62. You can get the play set for 100 billies. Shout out FOTP. And then you got the eye to my acid. Of course, this was going to fall down in price when they gave it the ghost rare treatment. That's going to have us going on down the rabbit hole again. They don't even got it over here. They don't even have it down here. What is eye to my ass? Ghost rare. What you got for us, bro? Oh, Gamer's Choice got 20 lightly plates for $16. Bro, these are prices. Bro, these are ghost rare prices like I remember watching a really old market watch. It was either from V, it was from V. It was from like 2017 or 2018. And he was on top of, I believe the set was Dimension of Chaos. No, not Dimension of Chaos. The one that has Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend in it. Um, it's not Dimension of Chaos. What is it? Oh, oh, look at me. I'm right. It was Dimension of Chaos, but no. Um, and this is not even the yes, no. This is the card of topic. It was they had first edition near mints of this card, the Ghost Rare, for $12 on TCG Player, and this was before they taxed your orders. I was dumbfounded. I watched this like a couple of months ago. I was dumbfounded. As you can see right now, that was like 2017, 2018. It wasn't even the most expensive card in the set, but it was $12 for a first edition near mint. First edition near mints right now are $95. And that's off of the hype train of the Jack Atlas structure that coming out. But let me see if I can see what was the most expensive card in the set. Was it Dark Destroyer? I want to say it was like a lower rarity card. It could have been Dark Destroyer. Look at this. You got Blazing Mirror Force down here. 40 listings as low as $2.42. Market price $2.92 from the Mirror Force lore, from the Yugi and Revolver lore. Bruh, if Revolver uses this, I'm watching Link. I'm currently in the middle of Link Range right now. I'm like on episode 88. The only S tier anime series, in my opinion. Y'all can come on and debate this with me all you want. The number one S tier anime series, and it's tough because we got a lot to talk about, but we can't be out here all day, guys. Hopefully, I provided you some value with this live stream today, and with that, we're gonna be getting up out of here. Are we in there? Are we in there? Yeah, we in there.